Now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Corey Thompson.
Snowy morning and afternoon expected across eastern Iowa. Winter weather advisory continues for the areas here shaded in this purplish color. Highway 30, Interstate 80 corridors in particular impacted with these especially slick roads. Your first alert highlights snow in orange here as we're going to keep those slick roads around through at least portions of the evening. Starting to get better though after that. The snow will end before that, but due to the colder temperatures and the amount that we're expecting in some places, it will still stay slick. Here's our Solon City Cam where you see snow is falling at a pretty good clip at this point. City streets starting to turn fairly slippery. Temperatures in the 20s with 26 in Solon, 25 in Dubuque. That is allowing the snow to be a little fluffier, but also to fall at a slightly faster pace. View from the mobile weather lab, TV9's Connor Woodruff out and about traveling on Collins Road. You can see that road also becoming partially snow covered. Make sure to give yourself plenty of stopping distance as you are approaching those intersections. Road conditions across the central and southern zone reported as partially to completely covered with snow and ice, especially along Interstate 80 and Highway 30, two major travel corridors where we've seen some reports of crashes. Here's the latest from the Iowa DOT, a handful of them along the I-80 corridor. There's also a report of a crash on westbound 30 just west of the county line between Benton and Tama. That could be causing a pretty good disruption there too. So please take it easy out there this afternoon. Pinpoint Doppler radar shows why. Still seeing that moderate snowfall rate moving in out of central Iowa. So it's actually going to get a little bit worse before it gets better, but it will only be for a few hour period as we go through the afternoon. By noon, here's where we stand in terms of our snow on Pinpoint Futurecast. North of there and up toward the Highway 20 corridor, impacts limited, though we have seen some reports of slick roads in the Waterloo-Cedar Falls area. 2 o'clock, starting to see the back edge of that move on, and then by 4, many of us are seeing the snow no longer falling. But again, those slick roads could persist for your evening commute, or if you have plans out there this evening, make sure to use that extra caution then too. Tonight, at least partial clearing will allow for a very cold start to the day on Friday. In terms of total snowfall amounts, still expecting a trace to 2 inches. Could be an isolated higher total right along that middle section of the outlook here. Overall though, it's really just doesn't take much to cause those roads to become treacherous. Today, we are expecting temperatures to rise a few more degrees. 25 in Fayette, 30 in Washington as we head toward the afternoon. Cloudy skies if you're not seeing the snow likely if you're already seeing it. Tonight, dropping into the single digits in the north and low teens in the south. So definitely a colder turn. I'm going to keep that going over the next few days. Our storm system this weekend still on track, but still on track to stay generally to our south. Could see some snowy impacts in the southern third or so of the state. That would be about Interstate 80 and points to the south. But the heavy snow and the really big travel disruptions still looking like they're going to stay down in Missouri and Illinois. Now, if that's part of your weekend plans, you will probably have to adjust those plans as conditions look pretty poor there as we head toward the end of the weekend. Next week around eastern Iowa, temperatures will be much colder. Teens for highs, single digits for lows at best. Certainly does seem like a typical sort of mid-January period, though, that you see those coldest temperatures tend to arrive.
Yeah, once Christmas is over, it does seem like it gets colder.
Very much so, and getting snowier, and for snow lovers, probably a good sign for them at least.
Yeah, and have to watch out on those roads. It can get slippery.
Please do.